What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another YouTube video here on my channel. Today we're actually going to be working on this guitar right here. This is actually the very first electric guitar I've ever owned, or like I ever owned when I was a little teenager. I want to say I got this guitar back 2005, 2006 maybe, 6 maybe. Um, yeah, I wanted an electric guitar. I don't remember. It might have been for my birthday or something, but I really wanted one. And I already played a little guitar then, so I had like a classical that the action was like this high off of the strings, and it was like really hard to play. Um, and then I want to say I got this thing and then an acoustic after that. So this is like my second guitar maybe, but it's my first electric guitar. So basically we're gonna be cleaning it up, setting it up. This thing hasn't been cleaned or set up in, I wouldn't be able to tell you when. We'll be getting some close-ups. This thing is as dusty as like, I haven't cleaned it specifically for this video. I recently got this back from my parents' house. I moved out a while back, and like this guitar, I kind of left it there, and I recently brought it back. So yeah, this guitar is probably maybe like 15 years old, right? 2006. I can't do math, but something like that. I'll put it up on the screen. But yeah, we're gonna be polishing up the frets, oiling up the fretboard, cleaning it before all that, telling you some stories about it and like things I used to play while I'm doing all that, and then we're gonna be doing a little tone test before the setup and then after the setup, so y'all could see if you would want to get a guitar like this one. Again, this is like what I started off with, and it's still really good. I was playing with it the other day, like this. I literally just tuned it up and plugged, and it sounds pretty decent. So let me go and get y'all some close-ups of this and show y'all the dirt and grime, and hopefully we'll like clean it all good and it'll be nice. So first of all, we have a Keiki right here. She do be vibing. Hello. So look at all this dust. Again, I haven't cleaned this or set this up in like years. So we'll see like a complete before and after transformation. And look, the strings are all old. I'm pretty sure the last time I strung this up was like 7 years ago or something, maybe. I don't know. But I've gotten better at setting up guitars and restringing and stuff since then. Look at all the grime in there, all the years of grime. But yeah, look, all the dust there. It's all caked on there. That's pretty gross. So I'm gonna get all that cleaned up, and yeah, hopefully the frets won't be green anymore. They'll be nice and polished. We'll just clean those pickups up. We're not gonna do any mods or switches. Oh, and I also want to fix this. Check this out. I don't like the way this bridge is like floating like that. I've realized it's doing that because these screws need to be in higher, but we'll be fixing that when the time comes. So yeah, this is what it looks like from the back. It just has scratches and stuff, you know. It hasn't been in a case in like most of its lifetime. Um, but yeah. So scratches, 3 springs. I always take the back plates off of my guitars. I wouldn't even know where that back plate is for that one. This is what the back of the neck looks like. It surprisingly feels really good. There's no like coating, or like it doesn't feel. There's no like gloss on it, which I like on my electrics or just guitars in general. And yeah, there's not really any serial number. I think there was probably on a sticker here a long time ago, but I took it off. And there's probably one under the neck, but I don't think I'm gonna like unbolt all that stuff. I'm just gonna clean it from the outside. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get all these strings off, and let's see the makeover that we could do, and then hopefully the tone will get better and the playability too. Honestly, I was playing this for a few minutes the other day, and like I had to stop because it's so hard to play compared to my other guitars. All right, y'all. So I got the guitar set up here on my little work table. I guess it's just a little Walmart table with a freaking card. Um, Whoa, there's something rattling in there. I'm using this what do you call it? This card mat to play card games on, to protect the back, which is all scratched up already anyway. But I guess it protects the table too. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get these strings off and then just start uh, cleaning it all down, wiping it down, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna loosen the strings up a little bit first. String tool, recommend it. I have a drill one also, but I think this is faster for this type of thing. So they're loose enough for me to just. Bro, what the hell? These things are like stuck on there. These strings are like stuck in there from how long they've been in the guitar. Like some of them want to pop out, but some are just like wedged in there. So look, these two are good. Here, so these four middle strings are just wedged in there. So I learned this hack a while back. Hopefully it works. You could use one of your other strings to kind of poke them out of there. Luckily, the thickest one got out of there, so hopefully, yeah, there you go. That worked. So easily with this thing, I was just able to poke them all out of there. So if that ever happens to you, use the other strings to kind of help out. So y'all check this dust out real quick. It's like wedged right there. So we're gonna go ahead and get all this dust cleaned up and see what we could do. I'm using this little white towel, so I guess we'll see how much dust we're able to get on this thing. I'm gonna get all the dust first, and then I'll focus on the gunk and grime. Taking off the knobs. I'll probably put them under water later so they clean. So much dust, grime under here. Still a little bit of the plastic, you know how sometimes guitars come with plastic, but they like put it like under all the things, so it's like hard to friggin'. I don't even know. It's just gross. And then this tone knob is kind of loose. I'm gonna remove the pickguard later and see what's up under there. Hopefully there's not like any bugs or anything. But I guess we'll find out together. Oh my gosh, there's so much grime. Alright, y'all, so this is what we got so far. Very clean, very shiny. There's not dust on there anymore, just grime still. I'll get that off later. I'm going to oil this up, polish up the fretboards. But first I'm going to remove this and see what's under there. I hear some rattling in there. And this is kind of loose, or like it won't like fully tighten. So I'm going to see what's up with that. Maybe I'll spray some deoxit on all the wires and stuff to make sure everything's fresh. And yeah, if you know what brand this is from, leave it in the comments. I actually put that there because I wrote with Sharpie there. I wrote Livin' in the Big Time because there was this country band called Big and Rich, and they had this song called, I think it was called Livin' in the Big Time or Big Time. And I really liked that song, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be living in the big time. But yeah, it was kind of lame, so I just covered it with this dude doing a switch heel. If you know who that is, leave it in the comments. Alright guys, I'm gonna undrill the pick guard and see what we got behind here. Hopefully no bugs. Imagine. I am soaking the tone knobs in alcohol and water right now. Hopefully get all the grime off there. ¿Qué, güey? Kiki has something to say. What do you gotta say? Yeah. Right on, right on. Did you just sneeze and cough at the same time? And yawn? Because it's kind of what it sounded like. Chill. Chill. Okay. Let's see what we got. I think those are it. Dude, chill out. What are you freaking out about? Freaking on about? Whoa. No bugs? No bugs. Okay. Huh. That looks actually pretty neat. Alright, let me show y'all up close. So this is what they were putting behind the guitars back in 2004, 2005. Pretty simple. Volume, 2 tone knobs. These look pretty well protected. Some shielding on there. I honestly don't know much, but I'm gonna spray these down with some friggin' deoxit just to get them nice and clean. Move the knobs around a little bit, and yeah, maybe wipe some of this extra dust off. Oh yeah, look at that. And yeah, I just can't do that and film at the same time. So, all right. Well, hopefully y'all can still see kind of good from there. Keiki abandoned us, as you can see. I'm just gonna get some of this grime off. Every time I say grime, I think of grime rap. Y'all like grime rap? Like Skepta, Dave, all those dudes from the UK. I've been listening to grime rap a lot for like the past, I think I started like 2020, 2021. I didn't even know it existed until then. I think I found Skepta first and then I found everybody else, but Skepta's still my favorite. Alright, let me tighten this little tingy that was loose. My new ting is my old ting. See, that's weird because I won't tighten anymore. But then I look at it from back here and I don't think I could fix that. Oof. Well, let me clean this video. So again, I'm going to flip this over, try not to hurt the wiring. I think I got to do it like this. Do it like that. Get some deoxit. Spray, spray, spray. Spray, spray, spray. Spray, spray, spray. Might be overdoing it, but I have no idea when this is going to be cleaned ever again. I'll put some in the switch also. I've heard that you can't use too much. I don't like using too much though. But I'll wipe it off right now. This cleans anyway, so it's not necessarily bad for the guitar. Okay, just dry off some of the excess off of there. And then once you do that, you want to move the knobs and the switch around. Wherever you sprayed, you just want to make sure it like moves around in there. So, look, it even went through the back of it. You could move the switch around. That gets all the grime off of there, all the dust. Oh, it even feels switchier now. Oh, fuck. Well, the knobs are moving smoother, except this last one is still kind of jacked. It's moving together. There you go. All right, y'all. So we got all this cleaned down. I cleaned out the inside with deoxit. The switch is switchy now. These things are knobby. They're moving how they have to. This one is still a little weird, but at least now it stops when it's all the way forward and it stops when it's all the way back. So it's still a little crunchy, but it works. I wiped this down a little bit. There's still some gunk on there, but I need like a brush and to take this whole part off. I ain't got time for that. So I just cleaned it. This is all clean. I got a lot of the dust. Now what I'm gonna do next is get a damp rag and just trying to get all this finger gunk off. I know people say not to use water, but it's just slightly damp just to help get rid of that. And then I'm gonna polish up the frets, and then I'm gonna oil up the fretboard, and then string her up. I'm gonna string her up with some lighter gauge strings than what I had on before, so that should help with this thing like raising up a lot like it was before. And also right now I tied in the back, and I made these a little closer to I made these two closer to here, so hopefully that brings us back more, and it's not as floaty as it was before, because that was like way too much. And then I had some heavier gauge strings on this. Now I'm gonna put like the lightest I have to get more to be more stratty. So I'm excited to see what she's gonna sound like. So check it out. I have this rag and a little bit of water in that bowl. I'm just putting a little bit on the rag, and then just cleaning the frets real quick. So look, I've already done the first two right there. First two frets, see how they're good, and then the third one's gunky at the bottom right there. So again, it's just very lightly damp, not like super wet. And I'm gonna get through all of these. Look at all that gunk. And then right now I'll show you the end result. All right, check it out, y'all. So far I've just cleaned the fretboard with water and a rag. I got most of the gunk on there. It looks like there's still gunk on there, but I think that's just like it's either like seeped in there, or with time it just kind of got that um, grain. It's not like everywhere, but yeah, that's clean. So I'm just gonna dry it out a little more with a rag so it doesn't stay wet. And then I'm gonna polish up the frets and then oil up the fretboard and then put new strings on it. All right, y'all. So I was gonna polish up the frets with some fine fret polish, but this guitar deserves more respect. This is my first guitar ever, you know. So instead of that, I'm gonna go ahead and cover up the fretboard with some painter's tape and use, I think it's like 10 different grits of sandpaper. I don't know how many, but I'm gonna go one by one and polish up each fret. But first I have to Here's a little tape saving hack. I like to cover up like the first half and then polish up these. And then once I finish with these, I get some of this tape and then I have to cut it into thinner pieces so they like fit in here good. Because then after here, it'll start covering up both frets. So I have to make them thinner. So I'll just take them, cut them, and then start placing them over here once I finish with this batch. So it's just a little hack if you don't want to use up all your painter's tape. So we're going to start with our 1500 grit sandpaper, 1500, and we're going to go all the way through this stack until we end up on the 12,000. And then by that, this should be super shiny. Alright, y'all, here's what we got so far. Look at the shininess on these first few frets. We can literally see our reflection on there, kind of. And then over here, it's so dull city, dull madness. So we're going to fix that right now. Again, I'm sorry if I'm not filming all this stuff. I just can't really get good angles and film at the same time. But I actually have a video on how to do this with these sandpapers. I'll put the link somewhere up here, or it'll be in the description. But yeah, it's like a whole video on how to do this properly. If you want to know how to do that, just go check out that video. And let me get done with the other half of this. But look, so far this is looking pretty smooth. All right, y'all, so we polished up all the frets. As you can see, they're all super shiny now. The string's gonna glide right through that now instead of being all whoosh and crunchy. So that's why you should polish your frets so your string glides and you're not like getting stuck on there and getting those weird crunchy sounds. So now we're gonna oil up the fretboard with some of this Music Nomad F1 oil. I've had this bottle for years. I'm almost done with it, but I've literally had this probably over 10 years. So it lasts a while. I'm gonna leave some of that soaking in this so we bring some of that life back and it's not as like dry. I don't think I've ever oiled this fretboard. Maybe like once, like a long time ago. But yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'll check back in with y'all. So I usually just put like a dab or two on there, and then just friggin' wipe it with the rag. One-handed baby. And then I just kind of let it soak in like that. See how it's already darker than like this one? So that's how they're all supposed to get. So I caked a lot of it on there right now, and I've already rubbed it like 2, 3 times. I'm gonna just leave that soaking because this thing was like super dry. But yeah, you can already tell it's like way darker. But I mean that's because a lot of the oil is still on there. So I'm just gonna let it seep in, and then see how it looks after that. But I'll check back in with y'all. But damn, that's already looking nicer. Like look at that. Whew. Yeah. Nice. You can even kind of see my reflection on the wood. Well, I mean, because of the oil, but right now that'll seep in and hydrate. All right, y'all, we're almost done setting her up. I just gotta put on the strings and hope the intonation is good. If not, I have to mess with this a little bit. But other than that, we should be good. So I always like to start with the thicker strings, but that's just me. For this one, we're doing 42 to 9s. I'm pretty sure before I had 10s or like 11s on there, which is why I think the bridge was lifting up more. So I'm hoping that with this little fix, it's good. And also with the little adjustment of the screws that I did to it. Okay, so that's all the way through. Once we do that, I like to clip it like 1 or 2 pegs behind it. So there's not a lot to wind. I hate when there's extra string to wind. Let's do like 1.5. There you go. And also another little hack, I like to use a pencil. I like to use pencil lead on the nut of the guitar. Apparently that adds extra lubrication and it keeps the strings in tune more. And just, yeah, it's just a little guitar hack or stringed instrument hack in general. I first saw this done on a violin bridge with violin strings. I'm pretty sure it transfers over to any stringed instrument. So I always try to write in the nut of the guitar before restringing. I guess it's like the graphite. There you go, graphite, not lead, because it's not actual lead, but it's graphite that adds lubrication. So just put it through the hole and start turning, baby. I always like to tune my strings a little sharp at the beginning because they're gonna stretch. So I feel like when they stretch, they go back down to standard. So my E right now I have it like E in between E and F. So that's a thick E. Let's move on to the next one. We got 32. So I used to have thick strings on this guitar because I used to think, oh yeah, thick strings, heavier music, you know. I used to play in like an emo band, um, like emo post hardcore. No, not really post hardcore, but our sound changed as we went along. So I was like, yeah, thick strings. But I just use this guitar literally for like rehearsals and like 1 or 2 shows. And then a buddy of mine lent me an Epiphone SG that I ended up using for the rest of the time I was in that band. And yeah. So I'm kind of bringing this guitar back to life after all these years of not being used. But it's funny because the other day I did a little YouTube shorts using this one, comparing it. Oh my gosh, I cut this one almost a little too short. That could have been bad. Um, Comparing this one to my American Strat, and a lot of people liked the way this one sounded better to my American Strat, and that's because I hadn't set it up. It still had the old strings on there, so yeah, hopefully it retains a lot of that good sound that people liked, which I'm sure it will. I mean, it should sound way better. pressure out a bit. Nice, that's another one done. Let's move on to the D. But yeah, if you haven't checked out my YouTube shorts, you definitely should. I have a lot of, well, shorts, you know. I've been doing that way more than long videos, but I definitely want to do more long videos, especially now that I feel like with shorts, my following kind of gets bigger quicker. So if you're here from shorts, what's up? Thanks for sticking around. Um, I'm trying to do more long content, so I have like a little bit of both, and the audience gets a little bit of both things. Let me know if y'all have any ideas for things y'all want to see. Like maybe if this guitar is lit after this, if you want to see me mod it, maybe switch the pickups and stuff, or switch certain parts, I definitely can. Maybe make that a little series. Y'all just give me the ideas and maybe I'll do it. I'll leave it there. Next one is the G. G unit. Shout out if y'all remember G unit. I'm also working on like original music with my wife. We write songs and like I'm recording them on like GarageBand and stuff. That's gonna come out soon. I'm just too much of a perfectionist, so I keep like fixing things. It's not like here on YouTube. I kind of just like one and done, you know. I just kind of flow it out. But when it's like my own stuff that people are gonna hear over and over, I kind of want it to sound really nice. So I just kind of keep editing stuff. But that's gonna come out soon. So if you're a new subscriber, new follower, make sure y'all listen out for that. I'm gonna have some original music out. That should be fun. It's exciting. Oh, the songs are catchy. But yeah, I haven't really done original music that much. It's usually just covers and like just whatever stuff I do on YouTube for fun. So it's kind of like a new venture, and I'm excited. We're excited, my wife and I. She also has a YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed or haven't checked her out, it's Marcy Fig. I'll put up a little card here or like a link in the description also. Two more. So I think before this is what I used to have for an E string because it was an 11. This is an 11 gauge B string. I think I used to have an 11 gauge E string. So I hope that with this lighter gauge, it fixes things. So with my B's and E strings, I don't mind if there's a little extra slack, just because these stretch out more and I feel like I pop them more, or they'll slip out from the peg. So I don't mind if they have a little extra slack sticking out. All right, last but not least, the E string. So this E string is an old one I had. Well, it's not used. I was using it to restring another one of my guitars, but I cut it too short. So that's what I'm saying about not cutting strings too short, especially the E and the B. I was trying to put it on my Jaguar, and I cut that too short. Not Jaguar, sorry, on my Jazzmaster. And I guess since it's a little longer scale, I cut the string too short, but I could still use it on a Strat. I hope. Come on. There you go. Last one. I'm not even gonna cut that one because it's short enough. And spin, spin, spin. Woo-wee. Oh yeah, that already looks way better down here. Nice. Oh, it's off tune already. So check this out. This is, I guess, the final result, cosmetic wise. Check out the fretboard. It's clean. That's my hand sweat on it. I just put it on there. I'm sorry. There you go. Frets are shiny. Everything's polished up, strung up, ready to go. I did see I'm gonna have to fix the intonation right now. I'm gonna have to go in with a screwdriver in each of these little bits, because when you press here, instead of getting the note I'm supposed to be getting, it's a little sharp. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that, and then I'll go ahead and plug her in and see what she sounds like. But I like the way it looks, and it feels awesome. I already played some stuff on it right now, and it feels like one of my nice guitars. So that's 100 times better already. All right, y'all. So it took a while, but we got it done. She's all strung up, polished. I cleaned the electronics. Um, what else? I tightened the bolts back here so the bridge, as y'all can see, isn't like as high as it used to be. Yeah, I think there. The bridge is not as high as it used to be. The action is pretty good too. So I'm excited. So I'm gonna go through the sound samples that I played before. I'm gonna try to do them exactly the same. I might switch some stuff up because I don't really remember. I'm gonna like watch them back right now and then just try to do what I did before. But yeah, it'll be with the same effects and stuff and the same volume, so I won't move any of that. So what you will hear is just from adjusting this, giving it new strings, and polishing it up. I'll be able to bend better and like I can already play chords better and stuff. So yeah, here we go. So this is what it sounds like before the adjustments.